With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action. Cousins. And his first look is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The pass complete. It's Bird. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Demir Bird, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Good. 180. Real. Down to 6-6. Pull it hard. Check. Crunch. My God.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, 133. King.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield going up top. That's caught at the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 30.
Trey Flowers on the stop.
That's where you belong.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins now. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front.
Touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Cousins, and that is caught for the 2 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Mayfield completes it to Dixon. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Madison. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That's fielded in the end zone. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, The punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Let's put that team on the punt.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Alert, alert, alert. 80 weapons, guys.
On third down, Carson, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So a second down run for Abdullah. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first. Now Carson fumbles the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He lets it fly for Lockett. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A carry now for McKissick. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know as a defensive back, I was taught to play it the way that we just saw. Use the back line as an extra defender and make sure they throw it over your head and not in front of you. In front of you means it's a touchdown. Over your head, you've got a much better chance.
4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Cody Kessler scoring on the 2-yard keeper as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And Diggs has it.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Throwing, Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this one to Treadwell, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of 1, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd and inches. Mayfield flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Mayfield to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
What we got? Check, 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 check.
This time they stay on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Mayfield. He's got Lockett. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They will run it. It's McKissick. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Steps away to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do in the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Play action now. Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, bring up 48. 54, right there, 54 Mike. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Bud. Come again. Check 99, check 99.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins escaping and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing, Mayfield. And his pass incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Let's go,
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep a break...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cassius Marsh able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be brought down, and what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. On first down, Abdullah. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
And that's caught inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert, alert, alert.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Myers' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 4th quarter comeback. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Rodgers brings it in. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in.
He's got a man complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with McKissick, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Mayfield to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got Rodgers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's McKissick. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point up and through by Myers. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where Your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Done. Hey, Ken. 56.
They'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Alpha.
Here's Cousins. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Just a